It's about to be action-packed, so sit back and enjoy your snacks while we keep it real. Oh, hell yeah! What's going on, realist? It's your man Trey.
And it's your girl Tasha.
Man to the real, where we keep it real. Oh, my goodness. Everything wrong with Black Panther in 17 minutes or less.
Yes.
I saw no faults. Oh, okay.
You can't just be blind because it's Wakanda.
No, I know.
But we gonna see.
I know every movie
has a flaw of some sort.
Of some sort.
We love T'Challa and Wakanda, but we gonna see what's going on today.
What sin have they committed?
Oh, okay.
Millions of years ago, a meteorite made of vibranium.
Exposition about a meteorite. Meteor's position, expositionite, also T'Challa-ration.
A meteorite made of vibranium struck the continent of Africa, affecting the plant life around it.
Yeah, but just the plant life of Africa? I mean, wouldn't a meteorite big enough to affect an entire continent change a lot of things over the world?
Until a warrior shaman received a vision from the Panther goddess bust.
Who with the what now?
Led him to the heart-shaped herb. A plant that granted him superhuman strength, speed, and instincts.
This plant is basically Jesus. Jesus!
The warrior became king and the first Black Panther.
Roll kitties.
To keep vibranium safe, the Wakandans vowed to hide in plain sight.
You know, Wakanda has the same problem as Wonder Woman's Themyscira. You're telling me that before Claw did his heist, not one asshole stumbled upon Wakanda by accident in all those years? Yeah, it's surrounded by mountains and what looks like a rainforest, but there are still flying things like airplanes, right?
These two Grace Jones-looking chicks.
Funny joke, but Suri is soon revealed as being in on the whole undercover operation. So why would he continue the subterfuge, even after Njobu knows he's caught?
This man, Ulysses Claw.
Who looks remarkably the same here as he will in 26 years.
Did you think that you were the only spy we sent here?
To Oakland? Yeah, totally. To the United States? No, I'm not that stupid. Point is, you have been too vague in your question for my answer to matter at all. Yes, it's only 33 seconds of logos, but it's all just one logo, and that's excessive.
The tiny nation of Wakanda is mourning the death of its monarch.
I know we need the exposition for the people that didn't see Captain America Civil War, but T'Challa's seriously using his incredible technology to watch BBC News. This opening action sequence is just way too dark. I can't even call the movie out for bad staging or choppy editing because I literally can't see anything.
You ruined my mission.
I will be crowned king tomorrow. I wish for you to be there.
Wait, Nakia was on an undercover mission to take down a group of human traffickers, and T'Challa f***ed it all up just so she could come to the crowning ceremony? I know it's important and but more important than busting a group of f***ing human traffickers?
Carry yourselves home now and take the boy.
What? I realize she herself has to get back to Wakanda for the crowning tomorrow, but our heroes are literally turning to all these just now released prisoners and saying, f***ing carry yourselves home? There's no further assistance you or Wakanda can provide? Believe it or not, this glory shot of the landscape with herds of animals running near a body of water is the least overt Lion King ripoff this movie has to offer, and that's saying something.
My little sister came to see me off before our big day.
Do siblings immediately identify each other as siblings anywhere else other than the movies?
Just because something works doesn't mean that it cannot be improved.
My dick in a nutshell. Dude, I don't care if it's his precociously brilliant sister or not. Shuri just flipped off the current prince and future king of this country in front of all these people with no repercussions. In case you confused it for London, Nebraska. I mean, seriously, does anyone need the UK part of this title card? This is the most London-y London shot ever to London.
Where's this one from?
Present-day Ghana.
For real? And what about this one?
This eventual reveal is predicated on the fact that this museum refuses to use any descriptive cards for their priceless artifacts.
Let's give the ladies some space, please.
So why did they need the guys of the paramedics? There's no way the room cleared that fast. Oh, cool. I guess Claw's claw comes with a weapon polishing setting. Okay, so the water is being drained ahead of the falls, and all these people are arriving by boat above the falls. So is there a staircase in these rock faces? Do they all rappel down? Movie definitely yada yadas how everyone actually gets to the very specific and temporary location for the crowning/fight. The CG on these swaying people is so bad, the maker of Weebles has sued it in civil court for copyright infringement.
T'Challa, the Black Panther.
I'm super confused about one thing. How the throne of Wakanda and the title of Black Panther are seemingly linked, and yet definitely not linked, because he's been Black Panther for a bit, even before his dad died. And now he has to have his Panther purple drank powers medically removed in order to fight for the honor of being king, upon which they will re-purple drank his ass and get his superpowers back. But he wasn't king before now, and still had powers, and was out there fighting. He was Black Panthering right after his dad died in Civil War. Did his dad decide to stay king, but give up the Panther juice to his son? God damn it, I've written 7 lines in a Word document about about this, and I'm still angry about it, but also now
I asked
questioning
that
my
question,
sanity
man.
and whether or not I'm the only one asking these questions.
He was the warrior.
Did no one notice that the Jabari tribe was missing from this entire ceremony before now? I mean, it makes for a dramatic entrance, but they're definitely a part of Wakanda, and this is a pretty important day. Marvel, look, you should make a spin-off horror series about M'Baku and the clay mask. I don't know if it's the double eyes, or the double mouth, or the Westworld-worthy map carved into his forehead, but this is the most frightening movie character I've seen in years.
As your technological advancements have been overseen by a child who scoffs at tradition.
Okay, a few things. Technological advancements should be overseen by whoever makes them go smoothly and rapidly, which she is doing. Second, she's 17 going on 18, and almost no decent English-speaking person would call her a child. Third, you've been up in the mountains, dude. You don't get to come down after, I'm guessing, decades and start demanding. You chose to leave and live in seclusion. Fourth, and maybe most sinful, don't all teenagers scoff at tradition?
Who could not keep his own father safe.
Low blow, especially since he and his father were way outside the borders of Wakanda, where they can't possibly control all variables. That got bombed, and dude is making it seem like T'Challa just refused to do the Heimlich maneuver on his choking father. Wait, who? Hanuman feels like a sudden new name we are giving glory prayers to.
Where is your God now?
The M'Baku had some great trash talk before the fight, but what the hell does this have to do with anything? Character is close to death, but is able to come back because of an inspirational shout from the audience cliche.
Don't make me kill you! I would rather die!
What the hell is T'Challa's plan here? If M'Baku doesn't yield, his ass is definitely going over the falls too. Even though he was just gored with a super heavy spear, T'Challa's chest wound isn't bleeding at all, because we don't want to obscure those beautiful abs, right?
Wakanda forever!
And so begins the most annoying request of Chadwick Boseman's career. Just officially elected king, T'Challa has to undergo the Purple Heart Flower ceremony in order to receive the Black Panther powers that he had prior to this, but apparently had to give up after his dad died until he was officially elected king or some. Point is, they half-assed this from the get-go. Damn, this is a f***ing MCU movie, right? So why are the effects often so lacking? They couldn't afford those wet assholes that did the Jungle Book? I know T'Challa has security with him and everything, but nobody even looks at the King of Wakanda as he walks down a busy street, let alone asks for a selfie. Rhino shadowing.
My king, my love.
Damn, this movie has a lot of expositional greetings. And this movie does enjoy spending lots of its time gee-whizzing at itself.
And what are these?
The real question is, what are those?
Shuri's the f***ing best.
The entire suit
Oh, he
sits
took one
within
off.
Man, I love this Q-style tech introduction of the gadgets as much as anyone. But the use of vibranium totally bypasses explanation of how all this was developed. Like, it's basically, this is the greatest tech ever invented. Yeah, but vibranium forever!
The nanites absorb the kinetic energy and hold it in place for redistribution.
But really only in this movie. You'll see it in Infinity War, but only in the wide shots for some reason.
Just whip it back and forth.
You probably could have saved a lot of money by bypassing Lupita Nyong'o in favor of Willow Smith for this role.
ASAP, Americans.
I know Nakia's a badass spy and all that, but how the can she tell that all three are Americans just by looking at them from across the casino?
What I'm doing or not doing on behalf of the U.S. government is none of your concern.
I like Martin Freeman a lot. I even have a John Watson and a Bilbo Baggins poster up in my bedroom. But could they really not get an actual American actor to play the one American that's prominently featured in this movie?
Didn't I keep it under wraps that the king of a third world country runs around in a bulletproof catsuit?
Despite speaking in somewhat hushed tones, this super sensitive conversation is easily hearable by anyone nearby.
The king of Wakanda is here.
Ross is a seasoned veteran of the CIA, but he seriously still talks into his sleeve when communicating with his team. In case we didn't have enough clues about what an evil prick Claw is, he doubles down on the parade of villainous black SUVs trope.
You got a mixtape coming out? Actually, there is one. Yeah, I'll send you the SoundCloud link if you like.
Don't forget to catch me on my Insta too, and check out my Etsy.
Yes.
How the hell does useless henchman number 4 know who Okoye is? Even if they're getting set up, it's not like they'd know exactly who'd be with T'Challa. Claw fires 3 rounds directly into the bulletproof suitcase instead of aiming literally anywhere else. This casino fight is rad, punctuated by this glorious one-shot up and back down, then back up again panning action. Bravo, movie. Man, good thing Claw was out of bullets there, or T'Challa would have totally wasted that bulletproof suit he's not currently wearing.
Wait! Which side of the road is it?
For God's sake, just drive.
Yeah, but that's very important information, and it takes much less time to just say right.
Keep going.
Look, I know it's a preposterous superhero movie, but seriously, this works. What the hell was this dude's plan? Sure, the bullets can't penetrate the car, but they can totally penetrate the obvious Okoye on top of it.
Because I'm like, how y'all miss her?
This is the part where this Black Panther movie officially turned into a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Don't hurt me. No more.
Of all the songs to have Claw sing while in custody so that we know he's crazy, you guys went with this one?
Shepherds, textiles, cool outfits.
It's all a front.
Does T'Challa really need the secret communications device? I mean, they have a one-way mirror in this interrogation room, so why wouldn't they also be able to hear what they're saying?
It powers this city. The tech
take their weapons.
Claw helpfully exposits this information to Ross, even though he has no incentive to do so except for getting more screen time. Hey, you really can't blame Andy Serkis for milking it there. At least he gets to show his actual face for once. Despite his injuries and taking off the mask, T'Challa impressively pulls off a flawless zoom and enhance cliche. Even though they just relentlessly pursued Claw throughout the entire city of Busan, I guess they'll just let him go here, along with the people that own whatever weapon kicked T'Challa's ass a second ago. But it's Ross that's dying. Why the hell would Okoye say this? Why?
Give me a Kimoyo bit. This will stabilize him for now.
Yeah, I'll just stick my who's a what into his whatchamacallit, something vibranium.
Give him to us. We can save him.
And so the CIA people just said, okay, and let him be taken back for healing to what they truly believe is a third world country.
This man is a foreign intelligence operative. How do we justify bringing him into our borders?
This is an excellent point. They haven't let anyone into Wakanda for centuries, but they have to get Ross back there or he'll die. It's not like they're inviting some random asshole that won't tell anyone. This motherfucker's in the CIA.
30 years your father was in power and did nothing. With you, I thought it'd be different.
But T'Challa's only been king for like 2 days, and he spent most of that time chasing Claw. Give him a fucking break, man.
He drew his weapon on me.
I know Njobu's done some questionable, but why did T'Chaka have to kill him dead? He's already disarmed him, right? This entire movie could have been 80% less conflict if T'Chaka just uses, like, Wakanda neck pinch or something. Man, flown from South Korea all the way to Wakanda in a tiny, unrefrigerated prop plane and then dragged across the prairie in the middle of a hot day.
Don't touch anything. My brother will return soon.
Wow, Everett Ross may be the first movie character in history told not to touch anything that actually doesn't touch anything.
There's vibranium on those trains?
There's vibranium all around us.
I understand the conflict about wanting to heal Ross in Wakanda after he technically saved Nakia's life. But once he was okay, they could totally move him somewhere else, other than the technological hub of the entire country.
You can't let your father's mistakes define who you are.
Thing my kids will be chanting at themselves into the mirror their entire lives. But also, he can, and he should, and he does, because he lets his father's mistakes eventually help define T'Challa himself as a better king, more open to the world and giving aid. His father's mistakes directly led to who he becomes and how he defines himself.
Only reason I don't kill you where you stand is because I know who you are.
Is that really the only reason? Like, why is Eric even really in trouble? He's got a Wakandan tattoo, so he's not trespassing. Sure, he's a little disrespectful, but that's hardly worthy of a death sentence.
I found my daddy with Panther claws in his chest.
Record scratch? The Wouldn't T'Chaka's claws have been part of his suit and retracted back after the stabbing? Why'd he eject the claws and leave them in the dead body? He literally said to the other guy, tell no one of this, and then I guess followed that up with, but I'm gonna leave these claws here like a riddle or something. Yeah.
I'm exercising my blood right.
It's so
challenge for the
fucking
medals
dumb.
of King
That's not what he
and
meant.
Black Panther.
Okay, but
He
can
didn't
Eric
leave
really
the
do
claws
this?
in
There's
his
a whole thing
claw.
earlier about the challenge being on a specific day when the other
Asshole.
tribes declined to challenge before M'Baku. Can any one of those warriors walk in and challenge at any time? I know we in the U.S. probably shouldn't be judging any other country's politics, but that seems like an inefficient system. Also, let's talk about Killmonger's way unnecessarily complicated plan. He stole the vibranium from the museum in London just so he could get T'Challa's interest in capturing Claw in Busan. But if Claw's group killed T'Challa, Eric wouldn't have had the chance to challenge him for the throne. And why does he need all this to happen anyway? If all he's trying to do is get Chris from Get Out's support in Wakanda, he could have just killed Claw ages ago, considering he already knows where Wakanda is.
And all this death, just so I could kill you.
Man, and I thought my family get-togethers were awkward. Last year's Thanksgiving got nothing on this. Killmonger is at once one of our best comic book movie villains ever, and one of our stupidest. This is just so much dumb it kind of hurts the brain. Also, look, I don't know if there's a way to do this where it's not obvious, but who the believes for a second that T'Challa's dead here? There's 40 minutes of runtime left. He's the titular character, and there's magic doohickeys all over the place here. Of course he survives this. Eric beat T'Challa and everything, but he also just randomly murdered Ghost Dog during the fight, who's a pretty important figure in Wakanda. Doesn't that get him in any trouble?
I am loyal to that throne, no matter who sits upon it.
Might be time to reassess the priorities. So thankfully she, I guess, suspected Killmonger might go all burn the witch on the purple flower, and came here to grab one she intends to use to give T'Challa back his Panther powers. But then after that, that's it, right? No more flowers, no more Panthers after T'Challa, right? We start this throne room scene upside down as a very subtle way of reminding the audience that here in Wakanda, things are currently upside down.
The new king is a U.S. The new king.
God damn it, tell me to stop taking all these sins off.
Impossible.
He wrong for taking it out.
He's just lying there, probably dead. That's entirely possible, given the proximity of the mountains to the waterfall.
One of our fishermen found him at the edge of the river border. He brought him to me.
And I didn't tell anyone, like for however long it took for Killmonger to get red dirted and purple planted, and then go up and change clothes, and then go into the throne room and order weapons sent to the War Dog spies. Yeah, I didn't say to anyone that whole time. I just assumed you guys would deduce that he was still alive and up here in the mountains and come here to retrieve him. And now you have. Amazing.
I can heal him there.
Take him. He'll be dead in seconds.
Damn, everyone in this country seems to be able to diagnose and heal anyone with impunity. I love how the herb that gives a normal human superpowers is now going to serve double duty as an herb that flat out heals mortally wounded dudes near death.
We let the fear of our discovery stop us from doing what is right.
This is the same realization Chris and I had just before starting CinemaSins.
We will not help you.
Character insists they won't do a thing only to change their mind off screen in a few minutes of movie time and do that very thing cliche. You know, they made it seem like Shuri ran this entire country's tech during the whole movie, and Baku even called her out in the first challenge. So how are they able to put this massive effort of the weapons distribution together without him?
All that challenge is over with. I'm the king now. Get those planes in the air.
But everyone can see T'Challa, right? And everyone knows the challenge rules. So why is everyone doing what Killmonger said? They can't wait for T'Challa to walk across the field.
Wakabi, man, kill this clown.
This entire movie has been about Killmonger and his killing boner for T'Challa. But now that he sees he's clearly still alive, he tells Wakabi to do it.
For the tribe! Bambi!
Boy, that escalated quickly. I know Wakabi was pissed at T'Challa for not killing Claw, but his willingness to kill what was his best friend until like a week ago is jarring.
Savage.
Ah, cool. We're all gonna stop fighting and patiently wait for the over-CGI'd rhinos to show up and make this otherwise excellent movie into a show. Battle rhinos take this movie into full-on Lord of the Rings mode for the finale, and that's not a good thing.
I made it American style for you. Get in.
First off, when did Shuri have time to make this American style? And how is that even an option? And what does that even mean? It's not like the US only has one type of vibranium-powered aircraft. In fact, I'm pretty sure we don't have any. Laser paws! Okay, I know I've hit the CGI in this movie hard, and it totally deserves it, but this is just egregious. We've literally fallen into a pit of cliched darkness, with a large dose of rubber Neo and a healthy amount of same versus same. You're better than this, movie.
You want to see us become just like the people you hate so much.
Couldn't T'Challa at least mention that he's had a change of heart and wants to help the world now? Isn't that worth a shot before someone gets killed again?
Would you kill me, my love?
Oh yeah, remember that these two are, I don't know, dating, I guess? Because it has no bearing on anything that happens in this movie until now.
Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
So everything went back to normal after the enormous fight? All those Wakandans that died for the super quick rule of Killmonger are just dead? We all cool now? Once again, the king of Wakanda, now making out on a very public street, attracts no interest from the common folk. Bucky.
They wrong for it. He said fucking Bucky.
God, it's becoming a club!
Look at me.
What?
Everybody dies.
Not everyone really lives.
Is he breathing?
Well, it just so happens that your friend here is only mostly dead. There's a big difference between mostly dead and all dead.
I chose my people.
But I don't want your life.
Welcome to the heart-shaped herb.
This shit is stupid.
I was wondering what would break first.
Oh.
Your spirit or your body?
Really?
Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me.
Your arm's off. No, it isn't. Well, what's that then?
I'm so done.
Alright, y'all, that was everything wrong.
They stupid for that ending. And excuse the rain, y'all. I didn't know it was raining that hard time.
Yeah.
Like later on, but he had some good points at certain points. But I get,
especially the wall where they were interrogation, like couldn't they hear? Like
I figured that because they were foreigners, they didn't let them. You have to work there to be able to listen in on conversations like that. So that's what I took from that. Like they hear as guests.
And the tiger claws thing, like he found his dad with panther claws in his chest, not the whole like fucking glove.
Right. He just meant the marks. Like who would stab somebody in the shape of panther claws? Like I get what he's saying. Like he didn't leave the actual claws in his chest.
It was another one, but I can't even think of it now. Shit. But hey, if y'all want us to keep doing stuff like this, like, share, subscribe. The original link is in the description. Go check out the actual video. If you haven't already, go give them a view.
Yes, make sure y'all support them.
Support YouTubers, baby.
Yes, and make sure y'all click the notification bell to get all the notifications from us, guys.
Exactly. Y'all stay up. Y'all stay real. It's your man Trey.
And it's your girl Tasha.
Man to the real. Y'all stay real.
You already watched, so you might as well subscribe, please.